So you have pain under your shoulder blade, or so they think, or so you think.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Pain underneath your shoulder blade. It is common and it's difficult to get to because it's on the underside of this blade right here. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over the most common diagnoses of what it could be. And I'm gonna help you do some tests for each one of those to rule certain ones out to help pinpoint you. Now, if you are in the right video, it's probably the first one I'm gonna talk about. So at the end, I'm gonna give you a couple mobility and strength exercises to start using on a daily basis to test that theory, okay? So let's start going over the causes. Let's just start with number one, the most common. It is a tight subscapularis muscle. This is the scapula, right? But on the underside of this muscle, underside of the blade, just on the back side of this, is where your subscapularis sits. Now, what the subscapularis muscle does is, it is an internal rotator of the arm. It does this. It turns the arm bone inward. So let's do a test to see if yours is tight. So I want you guys to stand up right now. Stand up. You have to get your ass up. Now I want you to set your hands down to your side and I want you to get in what you feel is decent posture. You don't go robot, but just go, you're walking down the street, you're feeling good, you're in your finest attire. Now stop right there. Now what I want you to do is look down at your hands. How many knuckles do you see? You should see about one knuckle, maybe two, 1.5. If you see 3 knuckles or 4 knuckles, what that means is that your arms are rotated internally. You may have good posture now, but whenever you sit, you're in this position here. And what happens is when you are internally rotated, it causes that subscapularis to shorten, and that's where muscles become tight and crampy when they're shortened and tight. So the feelings often associated with that are a deep crampy feeling under the blade, something you really can't get. You want to push through the armpit or try to get underneath the blade this way. So let me know if that is you. So that's subscapularis. Number 2, rib that is out of position. You have all these ribs that connect right through here. And sometimes these ribs can be slightly misplaced. Chiropractors call it a subluxation. The main way to diagnose if your rib is out of position and that's causing your pain is if it hurts when you cough, when you sneeze, when you laugh. Like for example, if you're laughing at my videos of me being hilarious and you notice that it actually causes a sharp stabbing pain in through here, or if you've sneezed and it causes a sharp stabbing pain through here, it's most likely a rib and not a muscle, because muscles make deep achy feelings where ribs out of position and joints in general produce a sharp stab pain. So the best thing to do for this, let's do a test for it. Come on in. So let's do a breathing test. So you're gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna have you put one hand on your stomach and one on your chest. Now, I want you to take 3 slow breaths in, like you're relaxed, like life's good. Take some nice relaxing breaths, full breaths, all the way in, all the way out. Now I want you to get your eyeballs and look downward and look at your hands. Which hand is moving when you breathe? Is your top hand moving? Is your bottom hand moving? Which one? If your top hand is the only one that's moving, get up and do this now. Pause this and get up and do it. If your top hand is the only hand that's moving, it's likely that you're breathing excessively from your chest and not enough from your core muscles through core breathing. And so what happens there is it causes all of these ribeye muscles, my favorite steak out there, good Wagyu cut, grass-fed, grass-finished Wagyu, no mRNA, gene therapy in there, none of that shit. I want that thing wild as possible, grilled. Where was I going with this one? Ribeye steaks.
What?
She's a ribeye fan too.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Overuse your ribeye muscles, okay? And these ribeye muscles can also become sore. So, is your pain a rib? Let me know, and let me know your favorite type of ribeye and the way to cook it down below. Now, the root cause of most of these is going to be poor scapula alignment. Because here's what happened. Let's show them from a side view about scapula. We go, why is my arm insular? Should I just turn it outwards? Well, not exactly. Check this out. Your scapula, right here, this position, when your scapula pulls forward through here, the arm follows. Remember, your arm bone, these rotator cuff muscles, they're pretty small. These are the big, strong muscles. So your scapula is actually in control of the inward and outward rotation of your arm. This thing is like the parent and the arm is the child. So when your scapula is elevated forward, winging shoulder blade, weak shoulder blades, chronic dislocations, you better damn well believe that your scapula is going to be in this position. Look, the scapula is turned in and the arm goes in, and that causes that subscapularis issue. And what that does also, that puts length on this muscle, which can become weak as well, and it can also develop trigger points. So scapular position, root cause for most of you guys, scapula alignment. Sometimes the pain isn't under your shoulder blade, it's on top of your shoulder blade. So let's do a test on that one. This muscle, as we just went over on lovely Kaylin, is the infraspinatus muscle. This one right here. So let's do a test to see if your pain under your shoulder blade is coming from that muscle. So what you'll do is you want to get a ball here and go ahead and put that under your shoulder blade against a wall. And I want you to take a little time and go roll. Go slow, guys. This isn't a race. You're more spinal. Go here. Not there. Now turn back this way a little bit. There you go. See, now she's on it. That muscle right there, the pain that caused you to click this video, if you feel it when pressing into that muscle, then it's likely it is your infraspinatus. It's your rotator cuff muscle that pulls the arm outwards. Can often develop trigger points, might even send a little zinger down the arm to the hand. So, last thing it could be. Now, this one's pretty far off. This muscle here is your pectoralis minor. Remember, all of these muscles, everything I'm talking about is affected by your scapular position. You fix the scapular position, these symptoms take care of themselves. But to test if it's pec minor, it's right here. Same thing with the ball. Put the ball on the muscle, face the freaking wall, and I want you just to take a little time and lean into it and move, just move around it. You can also get like a percussion device to go over this thing. You can push on with your thumb. Does the pain that caused you to click this video, is it replicated when you do this, yay or nay? If it is, pec minor. A tightened pec minor can constrict blood vessels and nerves, can cause thoracic outlet syndrome or pain or numbness down the hand. So those are the most common causes. You've got your shortened subscapularis, you've got a rib out of position, infraspinatus, rotator cuff muscle in the back, or your pec minor. Which one is it? Well, let's go over if it is your subscapularis, or even if it's your infraspinatus, I'm gonna give you a really good mobility exercise. Because here's the theory, it's chronically tight because it's internally rotated. So you need to get your shoulder blades scooped under and get your arm out. If you can get the scapula back, down, and scooped, and then get the arm into outward rotation, you will now lengthen that tightened subscapularis, which should buy you a little relief. If it buys you even a little relief, it's a cue that that is the path that you need to keep pursuing for long-term relief. So let's focus on the mobility. What you're going to do on here is you're going to take a nice wide athletic stance, okay? And now you're going to be anchoring this in maybe a doorway, keeping this still, good. But what you're gonna do before anything is I want you to get your shoulder blade and I want you to anchor it down. So shrug it all the way up. Now shrug it down. Hold the down shrug. You gotta hold the down shrug or you're not gonna stretch it. And now simply hold the down shrug and hold the arm and rotate your torso. Exactly, great. You may feel a deep stretch. It's a tough one to stretch, okay? But even if you don't feel the stretch, if you don't feel the stretch, you probably aren't in the right shoulder blade position to stretch it, which takes time. It takes time to learn that, okay? It takes time to learn how to stretch the tight muscle. Great, and you can just work through this thing when you're breathing. Exhale, work through the breathing. While you're here too, what I want you to do is you're gonna hold this for maybe 15, 20 seconds, back off at 15, 20. So now we're gonna use the law of reciprocal inhibition, which means if you strengthen the opposite muscle and activate this opposite muscle, Today, Junior! Let me give you a better example. Upper trap shrugs the shoulder up. Lower trap pulls it down. So if you're getting pain in the upper trap, instead of massaging it, you focus on strengthening the pull down. This muscle automatically has to turn off. It has to do it. It's called the law of reciprocal inhibition. When you turn this muscle on, this one turns off. Applying that to what we just did, we know that the subscapularis turns the arm in. So if we strengthen it out, then this internal will relax reciprocally. Reciprocably. I just made that shit up. Put it in the Urban Dictionary. So let's go with that external. Fantastic. Pull that scap in position. Number one, shrug the shoulder up. Shrug the shoulder down. Take a little wider stance, especially you guys at home. Get athletic, okay? I want you guys to clamp the ribs down too. Hold that shoulder blade down. That's so important. Now outwardly rotate, but I want you not to just, okay, this isn't Friday night solo night, okay? This is super controlled movement. You're gonna be way better off holding this for 5 seconds right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and taking it in just to touch and go and back out for 5, than you are by going 30 pounds. You guys, just slow down. Just slow down. Great. After all my years doing this, what I can tell you, through all the research, all the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, the fastest way to make long-term progress with pain under the shoulder blade, shoulder impingement, labral tears,
chronic dislocations, bicep tendon, AC joint injuries, kyphosis, pec minor syndrome, thoracic outlet syndrome, and probably 10 more bursitis that I didn't name.
There's always in the comments, sir, what about? I'm like, yes, that too. God. is to improve the alignment of your scapula from this position that is elevated, anteriorly tilted, to into a scoop position, which is opposite. So getting this scoop position right here, I'm just gonna strengthen these muscles and loosen those. That's the first step to improving all of those symptoms. And then from that position, then it's going to be synchronizing this newfound scapula position with movements, your actual rotation, your rotator cuff. It's gonna be now guided and led by your scapula. The scapula guides the movement. So we go in the scapula, now rises up. Right, now the scapula pulls down and scoops in the arm, and then into fly movements, into pull movements, into push movements, and into press. It's called scapulohumeral rhythm. That creates freedom of space in the shoulder, puts the shoulder back in the socket, gives you more stability in there. It is the one thing that most every single one of you, if you improve, will take care of 99% of those symptoms for good. That's root cause shit. We have a specialized shoulder program exactly for that. It's everything you need. Week by week order, tells you what exercise, what sets. You got the community to ask questions, to put your videos in. The program on that one is, first phase is 90 days and second phase is 90 days on that one. And they're all progressive routines to help you continue improving and building that strength and alignment. So highly recommend that for you guys. It'll change your life for the better. It'll help you avoid surgeries, prevent future surgeries, improve your posture, improve the strength. You'll absolutely love it. So that's the path that's gonna be best for most of you guys if you're really looking to improve this shoulder issue for the long run. Even if you don't, now you know the pain under your shoulder blade, maybe where it's coming from, what muscle, and now you got a tool or two to start improving that. But put it to work. Don't just sit there now with your popcorn in your face. Put it down and go do it. While I'm fresh in your mind, while Dr. Mike is, you know, right there, haloing above you, looking at you. You're hearing my voice. It's in your dreams. It's in your sweetest dreams. Fix your shit. You're gonna fix your shit today. You're gonna fix it. I'm in your mind forever. Ta-da.